Woo! Bad Boys for Life. What's going on, YouTube? Back at it. It's David. One more time with another movie review for y'all, man. The movie we're talking about today, since I've already mentioned it before, Bad Boys for Life, or Bad Boys 3 for some people, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking about this movie. And I'm happy to report it's really good, and I really enjoyed it. Man, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to talk to you guys about what I liked. I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple things I didn't like. And we're going to keep it kind of light today, just because the movie was kind of light. But in a good way. In a real good way. I wrote down some notes. I got the Wikipedias up. Let's get right on into it. Going into this new adventure with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, Bad Boys for Life is a great example on how you really have your story age with your characters and age particularly well. It doesn't try and reinvent itself like some other franchises. It's not trying to redo the same tried and true things that we've seen before, like drugs get stolen and we gotta find some more drugs and blah 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 blah. It takes the story takes a different turn where it becomes a really good character story, particularly for Mike Lowrey, which is who these movies should really focus on, and I'm glad they did. It's not because I like Will Smith more than Martin Lawrence. It's just because Mike, I think, is a more interesting character. The first movie I noticed was a lot about Marcus. The second movie was about Marcus and Mike, and this movie's primarily focusing on Mike Lowrey's story, with Marcus helping him out as his partner along the way. But before we get into any deep story details, I just want to say this movie is shot particularly well. It makes Miami look beautiful. It makes you want to live there. It looks gorgeous. These two new directors, I know they're guys from, I don't really know where they're from, but I'm not even going to attempt to say their names either because I'm probably going to butcher it. But these guys do a great job. They make this movie look clean, pristine, beautiful. The action is shot really, really well. The acting in this movie, nobody is I didn't get the feeling that anyone was phoning it in. I didn't get a feeling that anybody was just coasting, which is kind of my fear with sometimes in projects that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in. Since Martin Lawrence hasn't acted in a while, but it was great. It was dope. It was really good. Let me see, what else did I write down? The character development in this movie, it does an incredible, what they do with Mike Lowrey, and I'm gonna keep this spoiler free because I want you guys to go check this movie out. What they do with his character in regards to really progressing it forward, since this movie takes place 17 years after Bad Boys 2 canonically, it's incredible. It's great because it does justice in this movie, and it sets it up for number 4 if they decide to make that, or if this movie makes enough money, which makes me really hyped. I love when movies do this. I loved it when God of War did it. I loved it when the first couple of Star Wars movies did it. And it's really great. It makes me feel really good, and I left the theater feeling the same way I felt after I saw Bad Boys 2 as a kid. I like all of these movies, and it made me hyped to see more. Anytime a movie leaves me wanting more, I think it's a day well spent. Another thing is the action in this movie, and this movie takes more of a character-driven approach than a explosion approach. As much as I loved pre-Transformers Michael Bay, and as much as I do like a good explosion or a good really crazy gunfight, his action scenes are kind of hard to follow with all the shaky cam and whatnot. And this movie's action scenes, it uses just enough slow-mo, it uses just enough shaky cam, but you still understand what's happening. You still know the geography of every fight. You still know who's who and where everybody else is, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it, because a lot of if John Wick is the pinnacle of really good action movies and action choreography nowadays, this movie is I'm not saying it's on that level, because it's a lot more low-key. It's a lot more, it plays it closer to the chest and really kind of pulls at your heartstrings sometimes, but the action in it is very good and very satisfying, just from the way everything's cut and everything's shot and everything's positioned. I really dug it, because when I was rewatching the first couple of movies, what I really wanted them to do was kind of focus in on the fact that all this collateral damage that Mike Lowrey, Will Smith's character, what he does as a cop, all the people he kills but doesn't really have to kill, is kind of touched on a little bit in this movie, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. The stakes in this movie are high as well. This movie has great stakes. It kept me guessing, and it made me go, wait a minute, hold up, Bad Boys 3 is doing this? I expected this movie to be terrible just because it was stuck in development hell for so long, but it wasn't. It was a very, very good, very pleasant surprise. All right, here we go. My notes closed, but I got the page back because I'm that good. All right, anyway. Oh yeah, and a couple of one con or a couple of cons that I did have is this movie's a lot more of it's a lot darker. It's like the darkest Bad Boys movie. It was kind of light on jokes before Martin showed up, and even after Martin showed up, it got kind of darker. I was like, oh my god. This movie's it took a turn. It took a turn of what happens if you're this gun-toting cop in Miami and you think you're untouchable. It's just, it goes there, and I love it for going there. I love it for challenging me. I love it for just taking it in that direction, because I thought it was just going to be predictable, tried and true, and it wasn't. I was happily surprised with Bad Boys for Life, and I'm telling you guys, please go check this movie out. I highly recommend this. Go see Bad Boys. Do not see Cats. Wait for it on Blu-ray. Oh man. Ooh, Cats still, it's still messing me up here. But we ain't talking about Cats. Go check out Bad Boys. That's all I really had to say about this movie, guys. I hope y'all have had a great 2020 so far. Do me a favor, if you like this video, if you like my face, just subscribe, hit the like button, talk a little bit in the comment section about what you guys think. I'd love to know your opinion. Also, I'm starting a little podcast. It's called Two Black Guys Watch a Movie. You can find that on SoundCloud, or you can just type in my name, David James Jr. Give that some love. If you, it's just me and my brother talking about movies that we loved when we were a kid. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Much love. I hope y'all have a fun, prosperous, and incredible 2020. And I will catch y'all next time. Peace.